All right, let's talk about some of the smallest, but honestly, some of the most powerful words in the entire English language. In this explainer, we're going to break down all the rules for a, an, and the so you can finally stop guessing and start using them with total confidence. Okay, let's just dive right into it. Questions like these, they trip up so many people who are learning English, but don't you worry, because by the end of this, you are going to have a super clear framework to answer them every single time. We're going to turn all that confusion into clarity. So what are articles really? Well, at their core, they're actually pretty simple. They're just signals. I like to think of them as little spotlights in your sentences that tell your listener, hey, am I pointing to one specific thing or just something in general? To really crack this, we're going to break it down into three simple parts. Think of it as a code. We'll start out with the most general ideas, and then we'll zoom in and get more and more specific as we go. First up, we've got a and an. These are what we call the indefinite articles. This is our wide, general spotlight. We use these when we're introducing something for the very first time, or maybe just talking about any old item from a group. Now, this is maybe the most important part of this whole explainer, so listen close. It is all about the sound, not the spelling. That's a secret. The word university starts with the letter U, which is a vowel, right? But the sound is ya, which is a consonant sound. That's why we say a university. And the same thing happens with an hour. That H is totally silent, so the word starts with a vowel sound. And this right here, this is the most fundamental rule in action. See how we use a to introduce the dog into our little story? It's new information, but once we both know which dog we're talking about, we switch over to the. Simple, right? Now let's build on that. So we're swapping out our wide spotlight for a laser pointer. It's time to talk about the definite article the. And the is all about being specific. So here's the key idea. The signals shared knowledge. When you say, pass me the salt, you're assuming everyone knows which salt shaker you mean. When you talk about the earth, well, there's only one of those. So you use the when your listener knows exactly which noun you're talking about. Okay, time for the advanced move, knowing when to use no article at all. We call this the zero article, and it's for when we're talking about concepts in the most general way possible. Think of it like we're not talking about a single performer anymore, we're talking about the whole stage. This is for all the big, abstract, or general ideas. So when you say, I love dogs, you mean dogs as a whole concept, not a specific group of dogs. When somebody needs advice, they need the general idea of advice, not one particular piece of it. It's all about speaking broadly. And of course, there's always an exception you just kind of have to memorize. Here it is. While we say he lives in Spain, we have to say he lives in the United States. A good rule of thumb is if the country's name sounds like it's a collection of parts, like states, kingdoms, or islands, it's probably going to need the. Okay, you have seen the code, you've got the rules, so now it is your turn. Time to put your new knowledge to the test. Let's see how you do with a few quick challenges. Think about this one for a second. In the context of a company, is the CEO just a general role, or is it a specific, unique one? Exactly. A company only has one CEO, so it's a specific role that both you and the person you're talking to understand. So we use the. Great job. Let's try the next one. All right, for this one, ask yourself, are we talking about one specific song, or are we talking about the entire genre, the general idea of classical music? You got it. We're talking about the concept of classical music as a whole. It's this big, general, uncountable idea, so we use the zero article. Perfect. Okay, this one's a classic. Listen very, very closely to the first sound of the word university. Don't let that spelling fool you. Excellent. It's all about that y sound. And since that's a consonant sound, the correct article has to be a. You are really getting the hang of this. Okay. One last challenge for you. Here is a two-parter that brings it all together. Think about the journey of the word film, from the first time we mention it to the second. And that's it. That is the classic pattern in action. We introduce the film with an, because amazing starts with that vowel sound. And once it's part of our conversation, we refer back to it with the. Fantastic. So here you go. Here it is, all on one slide for you, a quick reference guide. From that general spotlight of a and an to the specific laser pointer of the, all the way to the broad conceptual idea of using no article at all. This little table sums up all the core logic we've covered today.
See, at the end of the day, mastering articles isn't just about boring grammar rules. It's about mastering precision and clarity. It's about sounding more natural. So now that you have the code, think about it. How is this going to sharpen your own speaking and writing? Thanks for joining me for this explainer.